Hello everybody, this is Jeff, the Hawaiian Volcanic. So in this video, I will be recharging the AC in a 2018 Kia Sportage. So what you're going to need for this project are some manifold gauges. Now this one happens to be a R134A manifold gauge set. So this takes a R123YF refrigerant. So you're going to need to get an adapter set. This is a conversion coupler set that accepts R1234YF refrigerant. Of course, the R1234YF refrigerant. This is optional. This is stop leak with UV dye and a vacuum pump. So the issue with the AC is that it's not blowing cold anymore. Now I suspect that there is a leak and the system is void of any refrigerant. But to do that, I'm going to have to hook up the manifold gauges to see if there's any pressure at all. Now, if there is pressure and refrigerant is present, I'm going to have to take it down to shop to have whatever is remaining in the system evacuated. So that's the first step. Now, I'll have a link in the description below where you can get all the items that I used in this project. With that said, let's start volcanicing. Okay, so the connections have been made, and this is what I've done so far. So the low side port is located down there, closest to the radiator. And the high side is right up here, closest to the coolant reservoir. Now, these can only fit one service port. So for example, the high side will only fit the high side. So if you try to connect it to the low side, it won't connect. So, what you also have to be sure of is that these are also in the closed position. So once you have these attached, these have to be in the closed position as well. This center hose gets connected to the vacuum pump. Once you've validated that everything's connected properly, then you turn the knob here to clockwise to allow the pressure to flow through the manifold gauge. Open these up. And you also open these up as well. And then turn on the vacuum pump. All right, so we need to have this process go for about an hour. And when we come back, we'll check to see if it holds vacuum.
1 hour later.
Okay, so it has been an hour. And we are pulling vacuum just fine. So initially when I started the process and turning on the vacuum pump, there was very little pressure at all. So it was just sitting like right above between the 0 and the 10, and the high side was about the same. So there was barely anything in there, so I went ahead and just vacuumed out whatever was in there. It was not enough to cause a national incident there. So now that we've pulled vacuum, what we're going to do is close these valves here. So we're going to turn these clockwise to close it. When we close this, any pressure, right, is not going to flow through this orange hose. So we can turn this off now, okay, because these are closed. It'll hold the pressure, and from there we can check to see if the pressure increases. If it does, then we have a slow leak. So we have to make note of that. Come back in about 45 minutes or so, take a look, and if it's holding pressure, then we're good to charge the system. Let's keep mechanicking.
1 hour later.
And it is holding pressure. So that's a good sign. It must have been a very, very, very slow leak, but it's holding pressure, so we can move on to the next steps. So what we're going to need to do now is grab our can tap and attach it to our can of refrigerant. We're going to disconnect the yellow hose from the vacuum pump and then attach it to the can tap. And then what we're going to do is purge any air between the manifold and the can of refrigerant. Once we puncture this, there's going to be some gases that are going to get trapped in between, so we're going to make sure we purged any air that's in here, because we don't want any air to go into the system. We do that by depressing the Schrader valve that's on here. And when we do that, we release whatever air is in here, and once a little bit of refrigerant shoots out, then we know that we're good, there's no air. And then from there, what we do then is we open up this valve, the low side only. So don't open up the high side, that's a no-no. We just want to make sure we're opening only the low side valve. So once we open this up, the refrigerant starts to flow through the system. Then we take the can and we go from a 12 to 9 or 12 to 3 o'clock position. We just kind of agitate it like so to get the refrigerant to cycle through the entire system. Yeah, so that's the next steps. Let's keep mechanicking. PSI is holding between 30 and 35 PSI on the low side. High side is at 200, so we are dialed in. Perfect. Taking a look at the temperature on the inside. We are blowing at about 40 degrees. So we're looking good. That's where it needs to be. So the capacity, refrigerant capacity, is roughly about 20.29 ounces, or about 21 ounces, which is roughly about 3 cans and minus 3 ounces. If you want to get technical, it's roughly about 575 grams of refrigerant. Now, as far as pressures are concerned, the low side should be between 25 to 35 psi, and on the high side, it should roughly right around 200 to 250. So if you've got that dialed in, then chances are you're probably going to blow cold air. And 40 degrees is pretty much where you want to be, between 40 and 45 degrees. So there you have it, gang. Another project in the books. If you guys have any questions, you can ask me and leave them in the comment section, and I'll try to get to them as soon as I can. If you haven't already, please like this video and subscribe. It really helps the channel grow. This is your Hawaiian Mechanic. See you guys on the next one. Aloha.